We're now getting to the crux of the matter. We, as the Golden Fiddle Awards, have been presenting awards to teachers, to other musicians for so many years. And this year is no exception. We've got a wonderful bevy of artists to give our awards away to. So we really want to give a big warm welcome to all our artists that come out today to receive their awards. First off, we've got Best Fiddler, Shenzo Gregorio. Shenzo is an award-winning composer, violinist, guitarist, and event organiser who has performed around the world since graduating from the Queensland Conservatorium of Music in 1997. His multi-instrumental talent has taken him to the stage of New York's Carnegie Hall and circus festivals in Europe, Canada, and the USA. Locally, he is best known as the inventor of the 40-hour Jammin', which for the past 5 years has raised many thousands of dollars towards research and support for sufferers of motor neurone disease. Absolutely. To encourage donations, Shenzo plays non-stop for 40 hours. Unbelievable. He is a classically trained violinist who discovered gypsy jazz early in his career, and by adding relative instruments into the mix using his loop pedal, he becomes the entire jazz trio, effortlessly taking solos on all instruments as if there was a real band in front of you. Shenzo earned an international reputation for his performance in his Shenzo Electric Stunt Orchestra, which I saw and was just blown away, in which he plays violin suspended upside down in a harness attached to the ceiling in shopping malls and auditoriums and bedrooms nationwide. Today, I think I made the bedroom thing up. Today, he's regarded as the best improvising jazz violinist in Australia, with his own quartet performing regularly in the southeast Queensland region. Golden Fiddle Awards, Best Fiddler 2023. Will you please welcome again Shenzo Gregorio?
That's quite an introduction. I've forgotten half those gigs I've done. Yes, practiced off the back mango tree upside down. Well, it's quite a surprise to receive this award. Thank you so much. Didn't expect... Well, I was wondering, I guess, when one might get this award. I think it was 2005 I first came to Tamworth in this very spot right here, and Four Play String Quartet is another group I play with who received a Best Band award, and that was quite a baptism of fire to walk down Peel Street and hear the busking competition and go, wow, that cacophony of busking all at once was quite amazing. But it's been such a awesome experience, and like I'm up at Club each night, and I haven't yet seen the festival. This is the only gig I get to, basically, that's in it. But thank you so much. It means so much to receive this award. And as was mentioned in the list of things there, one of those things that means the most to me is raising money for... you might be wondering why I raised all that money and played for 40 hours. Unfortunately, my mum passed away from the disease in 2017, and as a musician, you kind of think to yourself, how can I contribute to either someone who's suffering close to home or for people who are suffering from that worldwide? And I'm not a doctor or anything, but I can help and raise money for people who are trying to find a cure, and so that was the kind of inspiration for that. And they're still trying to find, as is a lot of these diseases, there's not a cure, and people are unfortunately suffering unnecessarily. So that is the power of music, and it inspires me continuing to this very day. And this really is for Mum, because she put the violin in my hands under my chin at age 4, and so she'll be looking for the button, I'm sure. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shenzo Gregorio, Best Fiddler 2023. We've come to our next award, is Best Band with a Fiddler. It would have to be, for our sensibilities, the Playboys with Gleny Rae. Gleny is known as the country girl with an international heart. A multi-instrumentalist and music educator, Gleny has performed on international stages from the Edinburgh Fringe to the American Music Association Showcase in Nashville, Tennessee, and most of the folk festivals in Australia. After spending a decade or more performing, running fiddle workshops and curating and directing music festivals, she moved to Alice Springs in 2021 to fulfil a calling to work with Indigenous children and conducting choirs in remote communities. She performs and records with many Australian country roots bands. One of her own projects, Gleny Rae Virus, and her Playboys, won the Best Album Award of the Australian Roots Music Awards for her last album, Diggin' a Hole. Gleny appeared in the groundbreaking series Go Back to Where You Came From in 2011, and in 2018 she toured America with colleague Juanita, oh my goodness me, as part of the award-winning music documentary I'm Juanita. If anybody knows who Juanita is, you'd know why I'm smiling. I'm the only one that can keep her in place when she's at a gig. Wherever Gleny Rae lives, she becomes deeply embedded in the music community, exploring performance opportunities. Since living in Alice Springs, she has performed with King Morong, Alice Springs World Chamber Orchestra, and Olive Pink Opera, which I absolutely love, and Warren H., our gorgeous Warren H. Williams, and many others. She's musical director of the monthly pop-up cabaret gig organised by the Alice Springs World Chamber Orchestra fundraiser. Gleny coaches and conducts school choirs with a recent performance involving 155 students from schools in a 500-kilometre radius of Alice Springs. We could think of nobody better. Best band with a fiddler, Gleny Rae and her Playboys.
I feel like I'm on This Is Your Life. Thank you. I'm totally blown away. This was unexpected, but thanks, Pixie. Thanks for those wonderful words. And wow, I just feel very honoured to be, as I said before, I'm surrounded by people who have inspired me all my life and mentors. And what a wonderful collegiate thing we have going on here. So just let the music continue and let us keep playing and sharing and teaching and learning together. Thanks very much.
2023 Best Band with a Fiddler, Gleny Rae and the Playboys. A few years ago we started another award, and we thought it was very important for the Golden Fiddle Awards to acknowledge people in the industry who are either players or teachers or anybody that sort of helps out string players Australia-wide and around the world. Our Community Service Award this year, 2023, goes to Jessie May. Where are you, Jess? Come on. No, she's... What? Jessie May is a singer, songwriter, violinist, multi-instrumentalist and music educator. And now, she wasn't expecting this, who now teaches and performs in Alice Springs and around the Northern Territory. Jessie studied music education and violin at the Sydney Conservatorium of Music, where she developed her passion for songwriting. In 2020, she received an Australia Day Award with the National Council of Women, New South Wales, recognising her as a future leader in music education and performing. Her work as a music teacher was recently featured by Paul Kelly, showcasing her school choir, performing a rendition of Sleep, Australia's Sleep, in a spectacular clip filmed in the West MacDonnell Ranges with recording, mixing vocals and guitar by Jessie. Last year, Jessie was concertmaster of Anne Boyd's Olive Pink Opera, which I've already said I really love, and led her school choir, who featured as the children's chorus. She also works with the Central Australian Aboriginal Women's Choir and the Music Outback Foundation. Whether playing with the local chamber music ensembles or rocking it out at rocking folk bangers, and that's really hard to say. I'm glad I got it right. Jessie's performances are captivating. Her talent was recognised by Music NT's Create and Release grant, which was with support from Spotify, allowed her to team up with Alice Springs producer Ross Muir to record her debut EP released last year. Jessie plans to begin touring her music this year. I hope you go along to her shows and continue songwriting, violining, fiddling, as we prefer to call it, and inspiring the next generation of musicians. Our Community Service Award 2023 goes to the amazing Jessie May.
That was also quite unexpected. Thank you so much, Pixie. It's really special to be back and reconnecting with all these wonderful musicians, and I'm really grateful for Andrew Clermont taking me under his wing at the Country Music Festival and bringing me along with this wonderful ride. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's not often that you get to honour one of your own, but eventually you reach a point when such a thing can't be avoided. And it's a great honour for Pixie and I to stand here on the stage today to award Andrew Clermont with this year's Lifetime Achievement Award. He doesn't know. So
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
there used to be a band called the Fattest, Tallest and Shortest Fiddle Players, right? And there was 3 of them in there. Now there only need to be 2.
We've outgrown it, mate.
Anyway, look, while it's true that Andrew shares the responsibility for making this show one of the must-see events at Tamworth, this achievement's only one small link in Andrew's life of chain of events, a life that can only be described as an incredible and productive journey as a musician, teacher, composer and folk musician. I've had to write some notes here because his rap sheet reads like it's as long as your arm. So over the years, these awards and his earlier No Holds Barred contest used to obviously encourage young violinists. He served on judging panels, giving encouragement to thousands of players of all ages. And now, today, it's time for him to be judged by his peers. And we've all joined to ensure that he's rightly recognised for it. His musical life, Andrew's musical life, is indelibly stamped on every monument to Australian musician. Attempting to encapsulate Andrew's life and talents in a short speech is an impossible task. If you really want all the detail, there's any amount of information on the internet covering his many awards, his global performances and his educational programs. But a quick snapshot, a quick sum up of the big picture. What makes Andrew's contribution to the music industry so unique is that he is an extremely talented administrator and organiser, as well as a multi-instrumentalist, composer, recording producer, and with this combination of skills, Andrew is able to recognise and encourage talent and then provide the performance opportunities to share that talent with others. His nurturing of young, emerging players is just second to none. I don't think there's any single person in this country that holds a candle to Andrew's ability to do that. The practical demonstration of how Andrew's nurturing of music talent can foster the appreciation of music in the wider community is Andrew leading the campaign to preserve Australian traditional country music and working with others in the industry to discover the hidden gems and expose them to the public ear. His efforts in music education have changed the lives of many people. Not only has Andrew stimulated a renewed interest in string music in people of all ages, he has encouraged many to make music a lifelong career, either as performers or teachers. In that respect, he is one of the one-man musical universities. And on behalf of his alumni, and I can honestly say that Pixie and I are standing here with every fiddle player in the country right now, I am honoured to present Andrew with this Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yes, being part of the shortest, fattest, thinnest, tallest of the fiddle players, I believe those photos were us in pink tutus.
Yes.
And we don't know where the vault is, where those photos are hidden. So let's probably keep it that way. It's been absolutely a treat. I got first approached by Mark Mitchell 17 years ago, or 18 years ago really, to consider this kind of an approach to presenting the fiddledom of Australia. We've had people coming from Europe involved, from the UK, one guitarist. We tried to sort of get the idea of how our larrikinism here changed the fiddle tunes from what had started in the UK, went to the US and Appalachia and such, and then got to Australia, and how we twisted the form and just basically made it our own. Or as one particularly earlier fiddle player said, you come too late for the good stuff. Well, that's probably not quite the case anymore, because what's coming through now with Jess and the general team, Gabby, that you'll hear a little later, you heard already. It's just been wonderful for our hearts watching that come through, because it's the festivals, the folk festivals, the string festivals, there's the Yarra Junction Fiddlers Convention. I think I'm going to the 40th year of that coming up in February down near Melbourne. They're astonishing places that nurture in a very safe way that fiddle playing will survive. So anyway, thank you for the recognition.
2023 Lifetime Achievement Award, Andrew Clermont. Beautiful stuff, mate. Where are you going to put that? You know you'd be able to put that up higher than I could reach.